thank you both for being here. And I would just say hi to everyone that's not here and will hopefully catch the recording. Also, everyone in Christina and Jen's circles who I have yet to meet that might be watching this video with interest in joining April 22, 2022, a retreat to Portugal. So let me just add whoever is joining. Hi. Hi, Suzanne.
Suzanne.
So cool.
Hello.
Oh, really neat.
It's been about 25 years.
Awesome. Ah, such
Nobody
a nice
ate
group.
today except Matt.
Hmm?
Sorry, my boyfriend is giving an interview on the radio and I would listen. I did. Oh, great job, honey.
Okay. I'll mute you guys then, and then let's see. Let's see. Okay. The technology stuff is set. Super exciting. Ah, cool. So I'm here doing the live video from the lodge because today I'm going to start with a little bit of breathing so that I can share. Can you guys hear me? Yeah, okay. So that you can see a little bit of what I'm up to. And then we'll get into a small tour of the lodge, internet permitting, and I can do any questions and answers regarding the retreat, and frequently asked questions I will just touch base on, and anything else it will really open up. So the breathing will be, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes. It won't be super long, but it's a little tool that you can keep with you in your pocket. I know it looks like I'm in a place that's really peaceful, and I am, but that doesn't mean that I'm always in an environment that feels super calm. I'm around a lot of moving parts. I have 2 small boys. There's just a lot of moving energies in my household, and these breathing techniques have really assisted me. So I connect breathing with meditation because I believe that as we're going into a meditation practice, rather than just sitting there and trying to clear your mind, which some people might do, this is what I used to do, I would sit down to meditate and I would come out with lists of things that I want to do the rest of the day, maybe what I want to cook for dinner. It would really be think time. So I found out that to have an anchor in my meditation, a place to really put my mind, really helps turn the meditation into a space that just clears everything out rather than adds things in what was previously think time. That's a very brief description of it, but it kind of guides us into how I use the breath. I use the breath as a tool that I can visualize through my body. And in this way, as I'm meditating, the breath is where my mind can go, if that makes sense. So to start, maybe I could just ask, I know Karen and my mom have done breath work with me. Suzanne, have you also?
Yes, I came in on a live once and followed along.
Cool.
I was
Okay.
doing it, yeah.
Nice. So I'm not going to go into it so much today, but one of the first breathing techniques that you'll see is the box breath, and you breathe as though you're imagining a square. But I'm going to start a step back from that, and it's going to be a 3-part breath. So you can imagine breathing in to almost like the pelvic bowl or your root. So really, if you're sitting down, it would be like your sitting bones and where you're grounding in, or the base of your spine. I prefer the base of my spine because actually focusing on a place that's bone is more grounding. You're really focusing on something that you could hold, something that's tangible, something you could actually touch. And as you do a 3-part breath, you would breathe up the base of the spine, connecting the spine on all sides, and you breathe 1/3 of the way, 2/3 of the way, all the way to the top, which could be the crown of your head. And when you start to breathe deeper, you'll notice that you breathe to the crown of your head and maybe beyond. You hold the breath for a moment, and then when you exhale, it's really this sweet relief. It's slow, but it feels just like a sigh of relief as your body can soften. Your mind starts to release tension and you start to settle into that breath. Even from the first moment that you do it, that first exhale, you'll feel something. So let yourself be seated. If you're in a chair, that's fine. I'm on this thing because I have knee pain and it's hard to sit on the ground, but just so that you can feel your spine and you feel stable. So if for some reason you're sitting on one of these like balls that people use nowadays to work at the computer and you're kind of rocking, it would be better to sit on a surface that's actually hard. And then let your eyes close. Bring awareness to the physical body. You might notice that you feel hot or cold, maybe somewhere in between. Notice if you feel heavy or light. Maybe certain areas of your body feel heavy or light. You'll notice the qualities of water, moisture, wet, or the qualities of something really dry. And then, as though your awareness is like a flashlight, you'll bring that awareness to the base of your spine. And before we begin this 3-part breath, just notice where your breath is right now. Listen to the sound of your breath. You might notice that your body moves as you breathe. And then you'll bring awareness to the base of the spine if your awareness has shifted. And inhale 1/3 of the way, so maybe to your navel, your belly button. Pause briefly. Inhale 2/3 of the way, maybe towards the collarbone, the chest. Feel expansion, front, back, and sides of the lungs. Pause. Inhale all the way up to the top of the head, maybe beyond. And then hold the breath for a moment and let the body, the shoulders soften, the face relax. And then a long, slow exhale. Imagine the muscles drop away from the bones, the body softens. Pause on empty. Bring awareness back to the base of the spine. And we'll repeat. Inhale 1/3 of the way. Inhale 2/3 up to the collarbone. Imagine the collarbone smiles. Inhale all the way to the crown of the head, maybe beyond. Hold that breath. Relax. And a long, slow exhale. It might feel like a slightly forceful exhale to get you all the way to the end of the exhale. And then pause. And we'll do it one more time. Big inhale. 1/3 of the way, sorry. Inhale 2/3 of the way. Inhale all the way to the top. Hold the breath. Long, slow exhale. And then for good measure, we'll do it one more time. I know we said we'd be done. Let's do it once more. Inhale 1/3. Inhale 2/3 of the way. Expanding. Inhale all the way to the top. Hold the breath. Long, slow exhale, releasing tension, releasing the muscles, cleansing out anything that's not going to serve you in this moment. Keep the eyes closed and let your breath guide. So your breath will go where it wants to go and you can watch the breath. Notice where in your body the breath goes. Maybe it's the chest, maybe it's the lower abdomen. Maybe you just feel the breath in the nose, and that's also fine. Take 3 more breaths like this. And then as you're ready, you can slowly open your eyes. We're going to do one more breathing technique, and it helps to see this one. So it's called the B breath. You're going to inhale through the nose. Let's see if you can hear with the microphone and the headphones. But you inhale through the nose. And with an exhale, you keep the mouth shut, but you make a humming sound. And with your hands, you put 3 fingers over your eyes as though your fingers are curtains, and they'll help close the eyes. And your thumbs can gently plug your ears shut. Your pinky fingers can rest just above the lip below your nostrils. This is the B breath, and it really helps you go inwards, block everything else out. So we'll do 5 rounds of this. Inhaling, exhale, humming. Breathing in, exhale, humming. Gently pulling that breath in, filling up with breath, humming on the exhale. And 2 more. Inhale. Eyes can stay closed. You can rub your hands together, generating a little bit of heat and awareness of the hands. And then you can place the hands on the chest. Breathe into the space of the heart. And as you're ready, we can return. So that was, I don't know, more or less how long it was, maybe 10 minutes of breathing. And you can give me like, what is it, speedometer with your thumb if you felt any, relaxation or grounding, any of these types of feelings. If you felt none, the thumb will be down. And then it goes all the way up to like, you definitely felt something. Cool. Yeah, I find that the breathing techniques are super helpful if I've had a lot to do before I leave the house and then I'm pleasantly early to get somewhere. I can sit in my car and do something like this, and it's really helpful. I also find that if I feel like, for me, the emotion that I go to when it's too much for me is normally anger. So if I feel like anger is bringing me up, I can do that 3-part breath 3 times, and it brings me back to like myself, to just my essence without the layers of whatever's gotten me so angry. So for me, this is a technique that I love. I know Jen shared a bit about tapping. She was doing tapping and speaking about it in relationship to her anxiety around flying. And Christina spoke a bit about diet. She has been studying Ayurveda and this idea that diet can help bring a balance to our life. And yeah, I wanted to jump in on the 3rd day and share a bit about breathing because it's, for me, something that is accessible. I can bring it everywhere with me, and I find it to be super powerful. So while I also love teaching yoga and love the yoga asana and rolling out my mat and practicing yoga, it's not always accessible for me. Lately, I've had this knee problem that's been holding me back. And when I'm in the car or, in a store and something triggers me, it's much easier to come to the breath. So for me, it's been a godsend to discover the breath as such a tool. And I love sharing it in these little snippets. It doesn't necessarily have to be a long thing to be super powerful. And yeah, that's a little introduction to some of the things that I love and I'll share on this retreat. These past 3 days have been 3 days of basically a meet and greet of the 3 hosts for this April 22nd, 2022 retreat to Portugal. And yeah, I would open up the floor to any questions, or I can speak a bit more about it. Everyone's off mute, or if anyone has anything in the comments. I know all 3 of you do a little. Karen and my mom, I know you guys do yoga very often. Suzanne, I know you're very active. Do you also do some yoga?
I do a little yoga, a little bar. So I'm kind of.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I love bar. I'm a really big fan of bar. And you run a lot, or is that more your partner?
I do.
Okay, that's both of you. Cool. So one question I've got a lot leading up to this retreat is, do you need to be like huge into yoga or really into yoga to come on the retreat? And while yoga will be offered every day, there's 2 classes offered every day. It may be yoga, it might be meditation, it might be breathing. You don't need to be coming on this just for the yoga. So there's so many reasons to be excited about this 7-day retreat that we're going to be doing. And while yoga is, we're kind of labeling it as a yoga retreat, for me, somehow that feels almost limiting when I think about all that we'll be doing. So if people watching this recording don't practice yoga, if you've never practiced yoga and you feel like, okay, I definitely can't sign up for that, I don't do yoga, I would say you can scratch that thought and look at it as a chance to be introduced to yoga, an opportunity to like wet your feet in yoga, or if you're really into yoga and want a lot of yoga, that will also be there. So let me show a little bit about the space. Basically, I think you 3 in the Zoom room with me know, but I met Colin in 2016 and he's had the lodge since 2012. And for a while, it was very much just a surf lodge, and it was a big summer business, and the tourism season here is really extreme. But he's also very into motorbikes. So he has another company, which is called Enduro Portugal. He's very into branding things. So there's the Enduro, and they come on tours, and that's more the off season. I tell you this because right now we're definitely in the middle of surf season. So if I walk out to the back garden, you'll see surfboards, wetsuits, people hanging out and relaxing. When you come in April, the vibe might be a bit different, but let me give you a little tour. So there's a lot of space here in this nice small fisherman town of Arifana. Let me know if the internet starts to go wonky. There's lots of little nooks that make it quite a lovely place to sit with a journal or, curl up and read. The rooms are actually all occupied. Oh, this one's open. I'm going to give a sneak peek of one of the rooms. Colin redoes the rooms quite often, but you can see this one. I guess they just checked in and their stuff is here. They have their beer, which you can drink beer on the yoga retreat, but when you check into the room, there won't be beer served with everything. And let me try to get you guys a view of the ocean. Hi. Hi. Suzanne, have you ever been to Portugal?
I have not.
Oh, cool. Super excited.
So excited.
Yeah, these are like the tiles. If you can see, it's very Portuguese. A few days of the retreat, we'll probably just leave open. And there's a really, it's pretty well known, famous pottery ceramic store. That's, big into the Portuguese house, but also for, bowls, plates, all of these things. And here we are in the backyard of the lodge. You can see surf All the wetsuits are out. And this is the beautiful outdoor kitchen, which dinners and breakfasts will be included. Hi, you guys are in the video just for a brief moment. I'm more showing the lodge, but. And then here is some lounging. One of the nicest things about April is that it's the season when all the flowers are out. So right now I'm going to show you the backyard, which leads out to the beach. But in April, this will be filled with white roses, and it's not actually a white rose, but that's what they call it here. And the leaves you can put under your tongue, and it helps with allergies and all of these other good things. So we will see much beauty. Here's some of the lodge, and then I'll go up and show the yoga deck. Here's the family. Can you guys take him 1 second, or you can say hi?
Hi.
There's
Hi,
Colin and Eric. Here's Cody.
hello.
I'll take him. So.
Oh, hi, Cody.
Cody Coo.
That's Colin, my husband, and Eric manages the lodge for us. I think he'll do another season with us if he really loves it here. So you'll see him again. And here is our lovely yoga space. You have a really nice view from up here. So you get the sunset from up here. And yeah. Oh, is the internet going? Hold on.
Okay.
Cool. So yeah, that's a little tour of the lodge that I wanted to do. A little sneak peek of the room, so I can share more in the comments on this video. And yeah, I would go over a couple of more questions that have been asked that people asked me to address on this video, but they can't show up here. One was about needing to do yoga, which I spoke about. The other was about the food. So we'll give breakfast and dinner. And then Suzanne, I know you were excited about it. There's going to be an orange juice tasting and a wine tasting and a Portuguese pastry sampling, which also will be like really fantastic that I'm looking forward to. And yeah, can you take him a second? He really wants his mommy. Do you guys have any questions for me or anything else you want to see?
I would just emphasize the rooms. A lot of them have their own bath. A couple of them have their own bathrooms, their own kitchens. The rooms are very, very kind of different, and outdoor bathroom, outdoor shower, hall bathrooms. I mean, there's I don't know how many bathrooms and how many kitchens there are, but the rooms are really cool and different.
Yeah, so it definitely doesn't feel like a large 5-star resort. It feels like a unique little kind of boutique-y hotel. And the rooms, I would say they're all really cool in their own ways. Many of them have in-suite bathrooms. A few of them have shared bathrooms. They all have somehow this like surf decoration and pretty modern. Colin's very into renovations, so he redoes them every 2 years. So Karen, there'll probably be new things since you were here last. And
I was going to ask you. It looks like a lot's been remodeled since I was there.
Yeah, I think we've redone maybe all of the rooms since then.
And the outdoor space looks remodeled as well.
Yeah, all new furniture, and we redid the floor around the pool because there were some tiles that were slippery.
Well, and you took out that funky deck thing that the table was on, so it's all kind of level and nice. Right?
Yeah, so I would say that come April, definitely in the evenings it gets cold. I know that we layer a lot, and because the yoga terrace is upstairs, if it's windy or something, we normally like move and do yoga downstairs in a place that's not windy or inside one of the rooms so that we're a little bit protected. But there's definitely lots of little spaces now for a yoga practice. We've done it down here, if you can see it on the green before, and like around the pool. Careful climbing up there, honey. Yeah,
I noticed that
yeah.
I noticed that the Buddha statue is still there. I
One of
photographed it.
them is, oh yeah, that one is still here.
The
and
white one.
Yeah, and there was one that was at the head of the pool, and a big storm came and like knocked it over, and it was not repairable. So I guess he was done being here.
He was finished.
Is there still a pool table downstairs?
Yeah, there's a pool table downstairs, it's like a converted pool table or a big dinner table. In the retreat, there's the option for a triple room, a double room, and a single room. And some people have asked, they have their partners want to come but not do the retreat, and that's also an option. So maybe you have, I don't know, someone that wants to come with you that would just want to surf and like not be a part of the retreat. We can also arrange something like that. And yeah.
Are you planning any trips down to Faro, or did I pronounce that right?
Yeah, so
Faro?
we're gonna do a trip to the historic town of Monchique, which is more up the mountain. It's actually the highest point in the Algarve. There are thermal like spas and baths there. It's really beautiful. I can tag you in some stuff on Instagram if you're interested in seeing that.
Sure.
That will be a day trip, and then we're gonna leave.
Is that included in the prices that were okay?
Yeah, there's gonna be 2 days that are left open for people to do kind of like whatever they want, but we will have transportation. So the idea, sorry, I'm gonna feed him a little. The idea would be to like maybe offer 4 different things, and then people could decide which they want, and we could have, 4, either the transporters that we'll have, or my car or Colin's car going out, so that people can see what they want to see. We were thinking maybe people might want to do cave tours. That's really popular here. You go by boat and see the Benajou Cave
Right.
and the different caves.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, the kayaking is popular.
Paddleboard too,
potter-
right?
Yeah, stand-up paddle is included. The pottery store that I was speaking about is in a place called Sagres. I don't know, Karen, if you went there. I think it's the
No, I didn't.
southern tip, and that's quite beautiful as well. Faro has nice beaches. Lagos is nice to walk around. So there's lots of little towns. We live like, I don't know, about 45 minutes from several different things. So it would be cool if 2 days are open and people want to see more. Of course, if you want to just hang out at the lodge and hang out at local beaches and hike and, just really settle in and stay here, that's totally encouraged and also a great option. And if you're coming from far away and want to stay longer than 7 days, you also can do that. So the retreat will be 7 days.
My mother's 99th birthday is April 29th. So
oh wow,
got to get home for a few minutes of that.
Yeah.
And then
Wow.
So yeah.
So I'm trying to think if there's anything else.
There's also
that I'm
local restaurants
forgetting, but
too. The pizza place is great. Just the food is so good.
Yeah, that pizza was delicious.
Yeah, the little town that they live close to, like 20 minutes, 15 minutes. Algezor is fantastic. Got a castle, a farmer's
We're
market.
gonna do a trip to Algarve and do like the castle and the farmer's market.
It's really nice.
That sounds good. I have to
Yeah,
figure
so
out
it'll
how
be a
I
nice combination of like, you can settle in and relax. There's definitely going to be yoga, meditation, breathing, journaling, all of these lovely tools. And then you also can see a lot and do sightseeing or, enjoy the nature. I would say a lot of people come with big ambitions of seeing a lot. And once you get here and start to like relax into it, it's such a nice place just to hike and enjoy the sunsets. And, the wildflowers during this time of year are absolutely like worth the trip in and of itself. So, yeah.
Okay.
Thank
Sounds
you guys
wonderful,
for
Maggie.
your time. If there's more questions, just feel free. You can ask now or comment on one of these videos and I'll answer them there. I have a link with all the information of like what's included, the prices, the inspiration for the retreat, things like that. And then Jen and Christina also, they did day 1 and day 2. If you want to get like an idea of what they're like, you can watch those videos. And I'm sure that if you want to reach out to them or, you know, add them on Facebook or something, that's also more than encouraged. They would love it. Okay. I'll go
Thanks.
back to nursing this little
Exciting.
babe. Happy. I'm very happy when you guys are all here.
Oh,
It's
Thank-
hot right now.
Same.
Super hot. I'm like sweating as I sit here talking to you.
Well, it's beautiful here, but very windy.
yeah, we're supposed to
I
get
mean,
some
we
sun.
normally have wind here, but I don't know, not today.
Where are you, Suzanne?
I am in Minneapolis, Minnesota,
No way. Okay.
where
Wow.
I've been since the year 2000, and it's very sunny, but it's getting colder. So
Yeah.
here it comes, bundle up. So,
Yeah.
So what's your
Mhm.
connection to Maggie?
wow. Well, how much time do you have? No, once upon a time, circa 1990 something, I chased a boy to Herbalife, and the boy left, and Herbalife I'm still taking. And I knew
Oh,
Meg
cool.
through Herbalife, and lived with Meg for a period of time, and hung out with Deacon and Maggie when they were much, much younger.
Mhm.
Some good stories. Maggie, do you remember me taking you to the Stanley Cup and your friend
Oh my gosh.
at 30th Street Station? I got in
Oh,
trouble.
yes.
And I should have, because that was before the internet was invented. And you and your friend played hockey, if I'm not right, when you were really little.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Maggie, that's right.
We
You
want to
took
go to
me.
the Stanley Cup, Suzanne, and no parents were home.
Right. I couldn't go.
You had me get into your tree in the backyard, and before I knew it, me and 2 little girls were on our way to 30th Street Station to see the Stanley Cup
Oh
And we
my
did.
God.
in the
That's funny.
Suburban. So
Which I
yeah.
had. I've never seen
And
it.
it was probably, I was in my 20s and the internet wasn't
Wow.
invented. So I hope
I
I
know
left a
I
note.
was a
I don't remember.
handful.
No, it was worth it because I saw the Stanley. I mean, we
Yeah,
all saw the Stanley
yeah.
Cup. So.
Yeah.
I think it was me and Natalie, maybe.
Yeah, probably
Yeah.
Natalie.
The one
Or
from, I think
Erica.
she lived behind you guys.
Oh,
Allie.
Allie. Yeah.
Allie.
Allie, that's exactly who it was. Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so
So.
cool.
Many smiles
cool.
from that time.
That's
That's
cool.
a big one. So yeah.
Yeah.
And I lived in Philadelphia when I was in high school. I lived in where did I live? I went to Conestoga High School. We lived in Wayne for a couple of years before I moved back in my 20s. So
Nice.
thank you. Yeah,
Oh, that's a good memory.
very much so. What about you, if I may ask, before we?
Mag, I keep forgetting what year it was, but I met Maggie. She was a yoga instructor at the gym that I was going to. And I took her class and it was like instant connection. I just
Mhm.
I loved her class. I loved her vibe. And it was funny, Meg, Meg, I don't know if you remember this, but Maggie was late for class. And I said to you, I hope Maggie shows up. And she said, oh, she will. And I had no idea who Meg was. And I said, I really hope she does, because I'm really particular. And I don't know if you remember, I'm really particular about my yoga instructors. And I love Maggie's class. And I'd be so disappointed if she didn't show up. I mean, late. She was like, it was like 2 minutes before class was to begin. So she wasn't technically late. And so Meg kept saying, she'll be here. And she walked in, Maggie walked in and went over to Meg and said, hi, Mom. And I went, oh my God, can you imagine if I said, this instructor is, I don't like her, but I'm taking can you imagine if I
Oh,
said
funny.
something bad? So that's that was my instant connection with Maggie and Meg.
And Karen
So,
came to our
and-
wedding. So Karen's been to Portugal, and when I'm home, I've seen her in Jersey
Yeah.
often. So even though I've been
Yeah.
far away, Karen, I feel like we've stayed really close together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Matt, what year was that? I keep forgetting. 2013?
17, the wedding, I think you met in 16, married in 17.
We're
What
here to
year
turn and
did?
meet.
Yeah,
I think I had been to Thailand and then I went back to Thailand. So it was probably like 2013.
yeah. I'm not sure if I met you before the first time you went to Thailand. I think I met you before you went the first time. And then you came back and then you were going back again. And I thought, what's with Thailand? I maybe need to go there. Maybe I need to go there. So Maggie and I were planning to go to Thailand together. And then Colin came along and then Jake came along and that was the end of our plan.
And now we're spending time in Portugal together.
Yes, so now we're in Portugal. So I can't wait to go back. Can't wait to go back to Portugal and the lodge. So anyway, that's my story, Suzanne.
Very nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you as well. I look forward to seeing you in April.
Likewise, I'm so excited. I'm already going. You know,
I'm
when you
so
sign up for something,
excited.
you're going, it's like, it's right here.
I know.
So.
I know.
When you signed up yesterday, I was like, yay! Colin's like,
I know, I'm like, I'm doing
excited. I was
this.
like, you don't understand.
But
Great.
when I screened from, I was like, that's it. I'm going, so.
So
Very
cool.
excited.
Yay!
Can I
me too.
one quick question? You probably already
Yeah.
answered it, but I can take surfing lessons and go stand up paddleboarding, yes?
Yes, completely.
Outstanding.
Yeah. Have you surfed before?
I went on a surf retreat in Costa Rica 5 years ago.
Cool.
It was very beginner, you know, and I'm sure I'm still am, but from some familiarity with it, so.
It's okay.
Looking
Arizona
forward
is
to
a
taking
really
another
nice,
crack at it.
it's a really nice beach to learn on.
Oh, good.
The waves can be
Good.
kind and it's good.
Outstanding.
Cool. Okay. So if
right,
any other
ladies.
questions come up or if you have other people that have questions for me, just send them my way.
Until next time.
Thanks.
Until
Okay.
next time, enjoy.
Bye. Thank you.
Yeah,
Have a
bye.
nice day,
Take care.
everybody.
Nice meeting you.
Love you.
Mwah.